Mag again on with another bit of breakdown. Shout out to all my Patreon that keep this shit going right here. Much respect to y'all. Now, we're gonna talk about these supposedly pregnant women that basically go to the hospital to have their babies, and they're gonna tell you that some injustice done to them. We're gonna talk about it because what you need to understand, a woman should never go to a hospital to have a baby. Might sound like, I'm from back in the days or whatever, but that's just real talk, people. That's not natural. When you go back and check these things that's unnatural, you understand that it was created by these people who control you. By them taking a woman to the hospital to basically take the baby out is wrong. It's part of the Babylon system. You have to understand that a woman's supposed to have a baby natural. You don't see no animals have to go to a hospital to get the baby taken out of them or their babies taken out of them. You understand? Only human being, the most sophisticated beings on earth, we have to have somebody else do that to us. You understand that? No lie. This is all wrong, but this is how it is. The world is what it is. They turn the world into this right here. So anything you get from it, of course you better be ready to accept it. We go get into this and show you some things and about this agenda. It's a big agenda. Let's listen.
For millions of pregnant people, the birth of a child is supposed to be a happy and fulfilling time. Yet for some Americans, their experience in a hospital...
If you see this weird thing over here, people trying to hide in the purple top right there for Freemasonry. It's a boarded man playing a woman. You can't trust them. Look at the size of that neck. But pay attention right here. Make it wrong.
Maternity ward is anything but that. The CDC is now urging healthcare workers to guard against mistreatment. Tonight,
and once it mentioned CDC, you already know it's a government, 100% government agenda. So pay attention, people. CDC is warning. Again, go back. Listen.
He is now urging healthcare workers to guard against mistreatment. Tonight in our Prime Focus, ABC's Devin Dwyer talks with several women who tell their stories of profound trauma while giving birth.
Listen.
They're now seeking justice and searching for solutions to a system they say has left deep wounds.
Yeah, that trauma while giving birth and it leaves deep wounds. Like I say, people, it was wrong to begin with. You won't understand. Because a lot of people brain is shallow. They can't go back to when there was no houses. They can't go back to where there was no doctors. They can't go back that far. Your brain is shallow if you can't think back that far. Your discernment's supposed to let you put these things in perspective. Like I asked you, you believe that doctor was here from day one? Huh? Maternity wards and things was there from day one? They have hospital to take the baby out of you from day one? The answer is no. All of these things was put in place to take away naturality. Just like you don't go on a tree and pick a mango to eat it. You buy it in the store in a bag. You got it? They take away naturality and they give you their way. All destruction.
I wanted to die. I was negotiating with God.
Listen to this.
How long I would have to live.
Wow.
The most happy moment in my life is at the same time the most terrible moment in my life because of what they did to me. I'm getting it.
And don't listen, people, because what you gotta understand is part of what they're gonna use to get people to scared to have babies. No lie. They put these things out there on the table to basically stop childbirth. They already do what they can in their powers already. Now they're working on your brain. Remember, a lot of people sterilize in these times. They can't have no baby. 100%. Man's sperm cell gone low and everything. They're the one who doing it because they want to stop population. So pay attention to this right here. Is they trying to scare you enough for you to be scared to have babies if you can? Listen.
Contraction, he comes near me with the scissors and starts slicing at my vagina 12 times.
Listen, people. Bam. 12 time number 3. And guess what? This just proved to you that you can't take nothing off these people on TV. I always tell you one thing. When I break these things down, they don't show people with real experience on TV. They don't show the real victim. They make up shit to show it to you, to give you an agenda. So yes, this one say she was having a contraction. To tell the doctor come with a scissor and clipping at her vagina 12 times. Clipping at your vagina. So what that mean? I told you it's fuckery. Watch this right here. Like I say, scare tactics. They're trying to stop childbirth. Right here, listen.
And starts slicing at my vagina 12 times.
12 times. Wow.
They are stories of profound trauma while
you
giving...
shouldn't have put that in there. You shouldn't have do that. You fuck up the whole story. They're clipping at your vagina, slicing at your vagina with a scissors 12 times. Wow, unbelievable. And like I say, people, the doctor can show you when you're in those situations. Could have easily just put your ass to sleep and clip off the vagina if that's what they want to do. Or slice the vagina, what you said they was trying to do. Come on.
Birth.
The nurse.
Look, you read a script, man.
While giving
Look at
birth.
this.
The nurse.
Look, people, this reading a script. Why they do this to us, man? They read a script, people. It's a scripted shit. Wow, unbelievable. You can't take nothing from TV. So like I say, people, the agenda is they're trying to tell you, listen, you go to the hospital to have a baby, you're going to pray for death. You're going to be under so much pressure, you're going to pray to die. Listen. Read the script. You can't see it?
Puts her hand on the baby's head.
Read the script.
And I could feel that pressure of her preventing the birth. I'm sideways, trying to push away, fighting against my nurses.
What?
And that...
They fight. I don't understand. Go back again. Listen.
Preventing the birth. I'm sideways, trying to push away, fighting against my nurses. And that's what caused my injury.
Injuries with...
So you telling me that one of them have their hands on the baby head trying to prevent the baby from coming out? Remember, you in labor and they're taking out the baby. You're saying they're forcing back the baby inside of you. That can't happen. Wow, so it caused some kind of injury to you? This is garbage right here, people. Is this real? Like I mentioned, they want to scare the people who actually can have babies. The ones that sterilized, they ain't worry about them. They worry about the ones now that can really have the baby. They're scaring them with this mindfuck shit. Again, look.
Emotional and physical scars.
I told them not to cut me. I have 3 medical conditions
Yes,
because...
3. White touch on the glasses. Right there. All coding. Just like they was clipping at your vagina 12 times. Same number 3.
I told them not to cut me. I have
right
3
there. You told them not to cut you. Listen.
medical conditions because of what he did to my body that day.
I couldn't move. I was restrained in that position. I said no.
And watch this sun ray, people, to show you that it is hoax. They give you right here, no doubt about it. The sun ray on the damn wall right there.
Nobody cared.
Jane Doe would only speak in silhouette to protect her family.
Why?
Why
you have to protect your family from the doctors who were supposed to be taking out the baby? This is a joke right here, people. You're threatened by the doctors that performed the operation? They're gonna kill your family? This is dumb shit for the masses.
Share your story.
I want nobody to have to endure what I have to endure.
That's why you're hiding
because
your
it's so
face.
terrible. This mistreatment is very troubling.
Dr. Deborah Howery, the CDC's chief medical officer, says
CDC people, you can never trust them. They're part of the destruction of the masses. You have to remember that. The CDC is a gatekeeper. They're the one who killing us in the medical industry. Listen.
treatment in American maternity wards is a systemic problem.
We need hospital systems, providers, and communities to really be aware of this, because there's many things we can do.
A CDC analysis.
Now, another thing that you need to keep in mind, you might be ending up having AI basically giving birth. No lie. They're gonna basically do the operation and take the baby out of you. AI style. 100%. So now they're telling you that the human being, yes, is trying to kill you and the baby. This is part of the new world. They're finding every damn reason to change up the world on you. And it's happening as you speak.
Of a survey of new mothers includes reports of ignored requests for help,
There
women
you go.
being shouted at or scolded,
There you go.
violations of physical privacy, and threats
There
to
you go.
withhold treatment or made to accept unwanted treatment.
There you go,
Dr.
people. That alone tell you, yes, they want to move from this way. right here that they have. Just like I told you with them removing naturality, you having the baby natural, to start bringing you in the hospital, giving you medication, doing all of these things, giving you pills, all of these things they're doing, all unnatural. Now, I guess they want to take you an AI route. Yes, no doubt about it. They're scaring you not to have babies, but if you want to, you're gonna be all AIs. Remember that shit, and then you can have all the mishap in the world with that programming.
Lowry says the experiences can directly impact the health of a new mother and may contribute to a growing number
Always 120 on the damn machine. And the R right there is a number 9. What a damn joke.
Deaths in this country, especially among Black and Hispanic women.
Always,
what
people,
does it say?
Always. Yes, it's always gonna be Black and Hispanic, supposed to be minority. All bullshit for the dumb masses. I guess when they tell you that, you're buying to it more.
That the CDC has to issue guidance to healthcare providers to be respectful.
I think what it says is, potentially in a stressful moment, there can be unconscious bias that comes out, and this is why we need to be more cognizant of it.
If the CDC has to tell you to respect patients' rights and to respect...
Because the CDC is playing good guys. That's all it is, people. It's bullshit. It's all fake shit they give you on TV. CDC playing the good guy. Yes, they're coming in to save you. What a dumb shit. They're part of the destruction of the masses. And like I said, they're the one who passed that shot for everybody. And yes, it's stopping the people from basically creating youths on the earth. That's it. They're stopping that shit right here in the track. The depopulation is on. That's why they're doing all of this shit. And don't worry about it. You're going to see more of these stories come forth with mishap with doctors and everything. Because they're telling you that, yes, the doctor is messing up. Just like they tell you about the truck drivers. Keep crashing, and Walmart truck crashing, Tracy Morgan, all of these things just to tell you that, yes, the truck drivers is fatigue. Yes, and they have a program and everything for them and everything. But guess what? They really want to go driverless. No driver, just a self-driving truck gonna solve the problem. So what you think they're gonna do here? Machinery, all AI, gonna work on the masses. You're gonna have a baby, same AI gonna give you birth, make you have that baby. You understand that? This is how they do it. Medications and AI is a solution to
medical
all
ethics
of
autonomy. I think we've really gone off the rails.
Julie Cantor, a doctor and attorney who represents Jane Doe, says there's a culture of silence and stigma around maternity mistreatment that's compounded by legal barriers to holding providers accountable.
Cases are generally very hard to litigate, and they're expensive. And so if the mom's harmed, but the baby's fine, why is that worth any money? And it's a system that's built around moving money, not just...
It's not about money, people. Listen to me. It's not about money. It's the destruction of the people. At the end of the day, these people is the ones who print money, the ones who trying to destroy. As you could see, this one reading a script. I already told you. Just like they're trying to tell you about the shots. Moderna and Pfizer, they tell you, oh, they're profiting and they're so rich off the VAT. No. They're not getting paid for it. Remember, it's free. They can tell you, oh, stock market going up, the stock's going up. It's free shit. But what they want to tell you is, yes, these are the government people that print money. They don't need money. They're trying to throw you off by telling you they're doing it for money. No, it's bullshit.
Fixing
They're
problems.
doing it for destruction.
Caroline Malatesta knows the challenges firsthand after a traumatic birthing experience in 2012 at Brookwood Baptist Medical Center in Birmingham, Alabama.
My expectations were that I would be able to move around the entire time.
Being able to be in any position, right?
Be in any position for birth.
And to have some autonomy.
Yeah.
Instead, Malatesta says she was subjected to physical restraint.
They pulled me to my back.
Physical restraint, so they have to tie you up? Wow.
Flip me over.
Look at this.
And I remember the pressure on my back being so intense that I lifted my right leg and even pushed against the nurse's neck, just trying to fight to get back over.
To be physically fighting with your caregivers.
Watch a smile on her face, people. Watch a smirk. To be physically fighting with the caregivers. Look at them. They all fake on TV, 100% in, duping the damn delight. Right
How are
here.
you even making sense of that at the moment?
At the moment, I was not making any sense of it. The hard part came after, when everything's quiet. Yeah, everyone gets away, and there's a sense of betrayal.
There's a photo.
And look, people, they have the photo of it. So these people was doing injustice to her, and they taking photo at the same time. Oh, I forgot. Your husband is there with the camera while they're tying you up and you're kicking them in the neck and all of this shit. Who taking the photo? I already told you it's fake shit. Every time you see them make these news clips, people put it together to give you these. It's for the brainwash. It's something to deteriorate you from going to hospitals. And they're gonna switch up the operations, how they do it, the tactics and everything. More destruction for the masses. You're gonna give more power to the AI because the human being fucking up is not the way to go. Pay attention.
You and your husband and your newborn son shortly after all of this happened, and you look in pain in the picture.
Look at this.
I was in shock.
Who take the photo, man? You look like pain in the photo. Who took it?
Newborn son shortly after all of this happened, and you look in pain in the picture.
I was in shock. I was in shock more than anything at that point.
In the months that followed,
Look at all these
Malatesta says
pictures.
numbness turned into debilitating pelvic nerve pain and PTSD, all of it taking a toll on her
PTSD.
ability to parent and on her relationship with her husband.
Good to see you.
Look at this,
Her
people. All
search for
fake shit.
accountability led her to Kristen Pascucci, a birth advocate in Kentucky who is quietly building an archive of stories of birth trauma online on her site, Birth Monopoly.
I've heard thousands of those stories. Caroline just ended up with a really bad, permanent injury. But all of those things that happened in her birth, they might have happened and not resulted in an injury that allowed someone to bring a lawsuit, but the mistreatment itself is still ongoing.
Malatesta sued her hospital for medical negligence and reckless fraud. And in 2016, a jury delivered a landmark $16 million judgment in her favor.
And there you go, people. She actually sued them supposedly. They show you them in court right there for $16 million. Pay attention, like I say, just TV. So you believe this right here, people? Now, what is the injury again? Did they tell you, did they explain the injury? Listen.
Mistreatment in the maternity ward into the national spotlight.
There's a lot of gaslighting that goes on when anybody has anything to say about their birth other than it was beautiful, it was wonderful, it was great. But the bottom line is mistreatment is not necessary for safety.
The jury's decision might have been rare, but instances of birth trauma are not.
No, don't cut me!
As her mother filmed the delivery of her first child, Kimberly Turbin is heard questioning the need for an episiotomy, a cut made to the vaginal area meant to ease delivery.
Wow. There you go, people. A cut to the vaginal area. I guess that's what the fat one was saying. They was clipping at the vagina. I guess they want to cut it open some so the baby can come out. What a dumb shit for the masses. So here we go, people. They're recording it. They blur it out, but they're recording the whole thing with them trying to cut her vagina to take the baby out. Listen.
Video of the procedure, which she says the doctor...
Where is the baby? Look at this
Video
shit,
of the
people.
procedure, which she says the doctor performed against her will, has over 1 million views on YouTube.
Wow, we got over 1 million views on YouTube with somebody having birth. I guess they blur it out and show you the whole thing. What a dumb shit for the masses. You believe it? I guess it's the same woman right here that was saying they was clipping at the vagina with the scissors.
A groundswell of support for Kimberly that she says
what a
inspired
fake
her to seek accountability.
He doesn't
Again.
tell me what my options are. He never mentions that the baby or I am in distress. He came in with authority over my body and told me that he's going to cut me.
You coming with authority over your body. You the one who give it to them. You go there and lay down with your legs open. Like I don't mention, people, at the end of the day, the doctor giving birth to your baby is wrong. Do you understand that? The doctor shouldn't be able to participate in it. The birth is a natural thing, people. What you can understand is a natural thing. The hospital made up so they can basically deceive you and take some things from you that the baby that's involved with the baby. You got to understand that they take percentage, they take a lot of shit. You have to make sure you understand this. Yes, when the baby born in the hospital, yes, they collect a lot of things from the moms and the baby. So you have to understand the wicked people of this earth need these things. That's why they set up hospitals for people to have baby, even though they can have it naturally. You understand that? So this is a trick right here they give the dumb people right here on earth. The people just fall for it. There is no going back to naturality. Once they take it away, they show you something easier, something more better, supposedly. You're gonna go with it. That's just how the world run. So now with this destruction happening with, birth in the hospital and all that, what you think gonna happen? You're gonna change something? They're gonna change something now that they put it out on the table? No. People gonna still go to the hospital to have birth. The ones that they never scare away from doing it. You understand that? The world is done, people. You have to understand it's the end of times. That's why you're seeing all these things going on. Move.
Well, there are new calls for scrutiny of bone material used in medical and dental surgeries.
And KCAL News anchor Rudabeh Shabazi brings us the story of an Anaheim teacher whose family is sounding an alarm.
Now listen this right here, people. They have this bone thing that they do, the doctors do. And for a lot of people, they don't get it, man. You can't put things in your body. I don't care. The doctor tell you it's good. But later on, destruction. Pay attention to this story right here. We go get into it. Let's skip out some of these bullshit and we go get to the story. Pay attention right here. Listen.
Seemed like a success at Hoag Orthopedic Institute in
Go back right here.
everywhere.
Yeah, way too soon.
You can see how it's an S.
The journey to this day began with what seemed like a success at Hoag Orthopedic Institute in Irvine. A 9-hour back surgery.
9-hour back surgery. 9 coding within 1, 2 right here, number 3. Pay attention. Like I tell you, people, all of these things set up for the destruction of the masses.
Correct scoliosis.
90 screws in her back.
90
Despite all
screws.
the hard
They put 90 screws in her back. 90. Listen.
She healed very well.
4 weeks after surgery, she was ready to celebrate.
She had a wonderful party right here.
12 days later,
12 days later, another number 3 coding again. Go back.
Lori didn't feel so well anymore.
She had a terrible headache. She,
Worst headache she have ever had.
Pat took her to the ER because she couldn't hold her head up. While waiting for a room,
she lay down on the bench. She told him how badly she felt and the headaches, the lights were bothering her.
but because her vital signs were stable,
Daryl said, I'll take her home and I'll take better care of her.
So the hospital was too much, I guess. They didn't really have time, I guess. So they took her home to take care of her dear. Listen.
So I agreed.
It was coming up on a weekend, you know, and I just know how hospitals are. So I just told her, I said, I can bring you home.
6 days later,
6 days later, another coding again. Wow.
Started to act a little weird. And then Friday morning, I called 911.
the woman he shared his life with couldn't even say her own name. An ambulance rushed her to UC Irvine Medical Center, her family close behind.
When I went in to see Lori, about an hour later, she was hooked up to all these.
Take a look at this right here, people. They're showing her in the hospital fold up. Do you believe it, people? All of these things that you see them show you with photos on it is fakery. You understand? They have to prove to you that this happened by going to the hospital and take her in this situation, in this state. Fake shit for the masses.
Machines.
It was like, it wasn't my
Look at this shit right here, people. She still got on the fake eyelash. How long ago you in the hospital and it's still on you? Get out of here. This is bullshit for the masses. 100% in.
Fred squeezed Lori's hand.
No response.
Lori wasn't responding to anything.
The cause, a mystery.
And then about 3 days later, they came in and they said, we found out what it is. And they came up with the term tubercular meningitis.
Yeah, that tubercular meningitis. They have to find a name for it, people. So pay attention right here. It's because of those things that they put in our body supposedly cause this right here. You're going to have meningitis because they have put some shit in your body, some foreign object. Listen.
How do you get tubercular meningitis?
Meningitis refers to a swelling around the brain. Tubercular refers to the germ that causes tuberculosis.
Okay, Doc, how?
Lori's surgeon gave her parents a phone number for Dr.
Larry's surgeon? Okay.
Matthew Zahn, deputy officer of the Orange County Healthcare Agency.
Orange County. And I show you people, this world, I tell you, is a wicked place. Look at the
Zahn,
coding.
deputy officer of the Orange County.
Orange County, but look what they use. A OC. The OC people, that's 6'3". Coding right there in plain sight. Wow, unbelievable. And the 4'5", number 9 coding.
Healthcare Agency.
Cases of tuberculosis are reportable in the county.
Dr. Zahn told me that Lori contracted TB meningitis from the bone product that was given to her.
So there you go, people, a bone product. Bone product that was given to her. What do you mean bone? Listen right here, pay attention.
Meningitis from the bone product that was given to her.
During surgery, Lori's screws were held in place with the help of a product called Vibone.
You hear that, people? Vibone. Unbelievable. So yes, people, they're gonna screw some screws in her back to hold it. They need a piece of bone. Now, remember this, people. Nowadays, they have this new ways that they do people mouth as far as denture. They don't do denture no more, supposedly. They're basically doing those implants. So remember this, a lot of people, you know, with them screwing, you know, because it's actually a screw. They're screwing in the screw in your mouth. And sometimes the bone is not thick enough. And they use these just to make the bridge and, you know, kind of make the bone, thicken the bones a little bit so it can take the screw. These are the same things they use. And I tell you, now they're ringing the alarm on it that it can cause some kind of meningitis. Pay attention, people. It's a wicked world you live in. And a lot of people have this shit in their body and their mouth. Listen.
Placed with the help of a product called Vibone. Manufactured by Azio Biologics. It contains human cadaver tissue.
You listen, people? It contains human cadaver tissue. Human cadaver tissues. They claim that they used to put in your mouth or even in your back. Put it in your body. Piece of human bone. Go back again. Listen. Because these companies right here, some wicked peoples. I already told you the devil control them. That's why they're there for the masses' destruction. None of them is good. Listen.
Azio Biologics. It contains human cadaver tissue.
So,
Go back,
Biologics. It contains.
Hold on, make we see what the fuck they have right here. Sharp, foam, mold. What the hell is this? Implant. Wow. So they have to shape it, form it, mold it, and then implant it. And this is how it look when you're gonna implant it right there. This is unbelievable right here, people. What is that shit? Let's listen.
Human cadaver tissue.
So, presumably, the donor for whom the tissue material came was infected with tuberculosis.
Okay, so you get somebody that donate that? They have a donor for that? Go back again, people. Unbelievable dumb shit. So somebody donate that shit? Listen.
For whom the tissue material came was infected with tuberculosis.
Wow.
Lori died
July with tuberculosis, but nobody noticed it. They take away that bone marrow from them, or whatever they call it, and put it in somebody else. And now they have the meningitis.
10th. Days later, Azio issued a recall of the Vibone product.
You hear that, people?
The CDC reports a contaminated batch was sent to 13 surgery and dental clinics.
Bam! So yes, people, the CDC is a wicked fucking thing. You have to understand that they're working for the devil themselves. So listen, people, they're gonna tell you it's a bad batch. What did I tell you? Every time they have a recall, CDC, the FDA, all of them gonna come and correct it. That listen, it's not the company that bad. It's not the product that poison. It's just a bad batch. All we have to do, recall that and fix the damn company, fix the damn factory that batch come from, or whatever they're gonna fix, and then bam, you're good to go again. This is how they destroy the masses without them knowing. That's why I showed you that video the other day that I did a couple of years ago, or a year and change, with the Johnson & Johnson recalls. They recall everything that they ever made, and they're still out there producing shit for you, even vaccines. I try to tell you, it's the devil. People control the whole thing. And don't worry about it. You might see one of them come out and say, oh, you know, we recall all of these drugs and the company bad, and then all of a sudden you notice that they're gone. No, they're involved in another company, because all of them owned by the same world government. So listen, they can turn Blockbuster into Netflix. Do you get what I'm saying here? Because they own the whole thing. They can tell you one section burn out and fall off, but it's the same people gonna be on the next section. You got it? They're gonna switch gas for electric. You're gonna see Shell have charging center. You understand? Charging center gonna be the same gas station. This is how they do it right here. So pay attention where the world going. Pay attention.
7 states. At least 2 patients who received it have died
there you
this
go.
year.
Of course, 2 patients that receive it even die. The only thing they're gonna tell you is just a bad batch. We're gonna get rid of the bad batch, and we're gonna continue to serve up that bone right there.
More are undergoing treatment. And this isn't the first time it's happened. In 2021, a similar outbreak involving a different bone repair product from the same manufacturer.
You hear that, people? From the same manufacturer, and they get to manufacture more again. So now when the more people poison from the same shit, you come up with another reason it's a bad batch, or you got the bone transplant from somebody who have sickness already. Something is going on here, people. It's fake shit for the dumb masses. 100% in. They never get that bone from nobody. You understand that? Those things is what they created. Created and made in labs, and now they're putting in your body. Like I tell you, the masses is more like cyborg now, with the attachment and things that they're giving them. Everything that they're attaching to you, yes, make you a part of the devil earth right here. Pay attention.
Killed 8 and infected close to
back.
Similar outbreak involving a different bone repair product from the same manufacturer. Killed 8 and infected close to 100.
You hear that?
So how could this happen again?
Why they keep showing the pyramid on the shirt and the orange shirt in the background? And I continue to ask the question, why is the same damn company get to serve you up the same thing again, people? That's why I tell you, the CDC, the FDA, and all of them is the same government people. They're the one who doing this thing to you and acting like they're gatekeeping so you'll be safe. What a dumb shit.
In the 2021 outbreak, the infected cadaver turned out to be an 80-year-old man who traveled extensively. There are no answers yet about this donor involved in this year's recall.
You hear that,
I don't need a name, but what cadaver did they use for Lori's? Where did this person come from?
I'm going to ask you a question. Since you believe that they're actually getting these things from people, yes, don't they would have make a test, do a test if they know that disease and them things can come from that bone? Why would they don't test the people before they take it, people? You take it out and you're going to put it in another human being and you don't check it? No, they're not getting it from a human being. They make those things, people. Those companies don't produce human being bones. You understand that? So where they get these things from to produce and basically put all over the place, what you think? It's something they made, people, and of course it's deadly for the masses. 100% in.
Azio Biologics announced a rebranding. It's now operating under a new name.
There you go, people. Just like I mentioned, they can have them under a new name. If they catch some kind of heat with the public, all they have to do, put it on in a different name. That's how they do it. They own the whole thing. Listen.
In its press release, there is no mention of the TB infections or the recall.
There you go. Because it's a different company, basically. That's what they do. Listen.
Near the end, there were two options.
The choice was moving her to a skilled nursing facility, which she would remain there for the rest of her life, or realize that we needed to let go and do what was best for her.
The family made the agonizing decision to let go.
There you go, people. Yes, they have to let go. Like I mentioned, people, these things that they're using in the human being body, all destruction, these new breakthrough, medical breakthrough, all destruction for the masses. And I know a lot of people into these things talking about, oh, they have new ways to cure cancer. It's just more destruction. Remember, they're the one who put the cancer and those diseases on the table to begin with. They're not trying to save you from it. Just more destruction. Yes, Mag Bam on the run.